Hmm.
Okay, good morning, everyone. It is Money Talk Tuesday day. Always my favorite day, talking about money. Okay, Megan, my virtual CFO and the people I refer my clients to when they're going over their numbers. What are we talking about today?
How we're answering the question, how am I going to pay for this? We're talking
Well,
about
I would, I
cash,
would
where
hope,
it
I would
comes
hope,
from.
I would hope the answer would be by getting more clients, which is what I help my clients do.
Yes, which is, but I would hope that the answer is too. But sometimes there are things that come up, like taxes, maybe if you weren't planning on paying taxes and you're like, oh, my future self will take care of that. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to go invest in this thing instead. So when you're not looking outward, we've talked about that, right? If you're not looking down the road, things tend to trip you up and then you have to find ways to pay for it. Or you actively go seek some other type of cash in order to grow faster or take advantage of an opportunity that's come across your path or whatever that may be. We got to find the cash to pay for it. So there are actually four different sources of cash in business. Some are better than others, and sometimes you just need to weigh the cost benefit analysis of what do I use, what do I do for this particular opportunity, or do I let the opportunity go?
Okay, so let's talk about. So I'm going to still say number one is getting more clients and running profitable jobs. That's number one.
Number one, operations. Yes, just straight up selling stuff at a profit, creating that value and creating more cash in than you have cash going out, right? Easy.
Easy breezy.
Yes, the second one is investments. And when people hear me say investments, they might think like IRAs, stock holdings. What are you talking about? Yeah, that could be it. But investments also means in the accounting jargon, selling anything that you have that's of value. So, say for instance, your desk. Say you are buying a stand-up desk and you can get rid of your current desk by selling it. Any asset, anything of value that you have that's not necessarily part of your regular part of business, or even for some companies, not a lot of this doesn't apply to a lot of us, but selling your IP, your intellectual property, for that you wouldn't normally sell. Um, that's considered investments because you are selling off an asset that you already have.
Interesting. Okay. So I'm looking around my office going, okay, yeah, I got microphones I don't use. I have cameras I'm no longer using. I have a standing desk right now, but yeah, I got rid of my old desk. So you're saying things besides intellectual property, which are courses and things you can create. Is that what you're talking about when you say intellectual
That's a
property?
product. Like, I'll give you an example. Like, I had created a special template that I used for Profit First, and since I'm no longer a Profit First professional, I don't pay for that fee anymore. I sold it to another Profit First professional so they could use all of the internal tools I created for myself.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, so this is now then assets. What's the third?
Equity. You can go find friends and family to invest in your business, and not in a way that's necessarily debt, but in a way that they maybe they get 5%, maybe they get 3% of your profits. Whatever it is that you're raising money for, just like just because you're a single entity, a single person in your business, or maybe you're really small, does not mean that you are excluded from using other people's money as an investment. You might have friends and family that believe wholeheartedly in what you're doing and want a piece of the action. And they might be willing to pay a pretty penny in order to get a piece of the action.
Okay, so that might be for a new business idea you have, or it could be for your existing business because, yeah, I actually have currently a really great business idea. And every time I mention it to someone, they're like, I want a piece of that.
Yeah,
So that's what you're talking about. So it could
that's
be
what I'm
my
talking about.
existing business, or it could be a new division of my business, or a new business completely. But friends and family can provide equity.
Totally, totally. And this equity might even not be like cash wise. I know locally in the area, I have one particular interior designer that has a fantastic idea for starting a new interior design firm. She's got an office manager that wants to come with her and have a part of it and be a part of it. I want to be a part of it. I think her idea is super unique, and so I am definitely like not only cash but my services as well in order to get a piece of that.
Nice. Oh, I want to hear about that, but I'm sure it's a secret right now.
Yeah.
That's like my new business idea is a secret too. So,
Yeah.
okay. And the fourth?
Financing. That's where you're looking for loans, you're using credit cards, even you're borrowing from friends and family instead of giving them a piece of equity. And this is where you have to really look at it and say, okay, my future self has to repay this, right? It's really easy to grab that idle money that came through this summer and say, oh, yeah, I can pay this off over the next 30 years. But remember, every little piece of whatever you sell for the next 30 years doesn't belong to you. It belongs to that particular loan. The same
Right.
with credit cards. However long you're going to let it sit on your credit card, you don't own that revenue until that's paid off.
Yeah, everything you're saying makes my skin crawl, and that's why I I'm going with
My
I'm going
work
with
here is done.
I'm going with number one, which is get more clients, charge your worth, and become more profitable. So you don't have to do any of those other things. That's what I teach. And that's
Yeah.
the way I want to keep it. But I totally get the fact that sometimes you're in expansion mode also, right? And sometimes expansion mode cannot be funded by the current cash flow because you haven't saved for that future advancement
Right.
or growth of your business. So sometimes, yes, you have to sell assets, exchange maybe services for equity in your business, or actually take out a loan, friends and family, or from a financial institution. So it's good. It's good information, even though I'd still rather people get it from the cash flow of their jobs.
Me too. Me too.
And I'm sticking by that. So anybody who's watching, but yeah, okay, all good stuff. And yeah, I did take advantage of the idle loans and things like that, and it gave me pause. I was like, should I have done this? So I'm just very aware of it. I have it outsorted, and I'm going to pay it all back or use it for expansion and know that I'm going to owe it back. So it's something that you have to know what you're doing. Don't just do it.
Correct. Perfectly
Right?
stated.
Okay. All right, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Megan and I will see you next Tuesday. If you need help with just your numbers, reach out to Megan. She has started some bookkeeping club, and she teaches you how to handle your QuickBooks and all kinds of fun stuff. That's your latest thing, or you have something new?
Yeah, well, I am going to be doing a cash flow training next week. It's a one-time thing, no replays, limited seat, and it's actually a workshop where you can come in, build your own cash flow while we're teaching it in the workshop next week over lunch period. And then you can have a tool that you can use over and over again for the life of your business. So
Very cool.
come check
Very
that
cool.
out.
All right. Make sure you post that in the comments below so everyone can get
Sure.
easy access to that. And of course, you guys know me, Nancy Ganzikoffer, business coach. If you need me, hop onto my website, nancyganzikoffer.com, and sign up for a strategy call if you're struggling getting to charge what you're worth and making a profit, because that's what I'm all about. All right. All right, everyone. We will see you next week. Bye, everyone.
Take care, Nancy.
Bye.